Then we have now a long list. And in this list, we have to evaluate. Let's say we have a list of 2,000 potential fixes for the next release update. And I'm just making up a number. I don't know the exact list. It could be also just 800. I don't really know the number. Now we evaluate them. And there are some rules we have to apply. And rule number one is, and this strictly applies, the fix must be rug rolling and standby first. Let's have a look at an example here. We take here this very, very well-known Aura 20,000 during MDP with Stutz. You check the README, and here in the README it says, this patch is not rug rolling installable. It's non-DataGuard standby first installable, and that means we never include it into an RU because we would break the capabilities of having a release update being applicable in a rug environment completely rolling without outage of the database. And we need to make sure that you can apply RUs in rug environments completely rolling. At some point, we can do things like for data pump. We are currently in this situation for most data pump fixes, and we work together with the people building the fixes to make sure that we still can apply them rolling with some things going in the back end. And you will see in Oracle Database 23c, there's some relief coming as well. But right now, this is a clear, strict requirement. So the fix I showed you before can't be included. Unfortunately, we have to carry it forward. Then, of course, I made up a number before, 800, 2,000. I don't really know the number, but we have a guideline what we think is can be controlled very well. We do regression tests. Regression tests are extremely important, and we need to complete the regression tests. And if something fails in a regression test run, we need to make sure that we can fix that and still deliver the release update on time. So we can only include a limited number of fixes into a release update and not an infinite number. So there's a limitation. When we look at the numbers in the release updates, then you will see that currently we are balancing between 500 and 700 fixes approximately within the last release updates. And this is something we consider as controllable, or we can do this. I don't say that 1,140 is uncontrollable, otherwise we wouldn't have produced that. But this was like the, how should I say, the result of customers. A long-term support release needs a bit more stability, and then our execs decided, look, we stop every new development efforts. We just put efforts into fixing open bugs, and the result was that we had a very high number in 1910 and 1911. Now this is unusual, but it was really needed to ensure that a lot of open issues are fixed. The downside of such a high number is that you have also the risk of introducing regressions. So regression means you include a new fix for something which breaks then something else. So where we are right now, I think this is the level we would like to keep, and maybe it goes lower at some point, we'll see, but this is what we plan. So we have also a limitation on the number of fixes. There is no infinite number. And then finally, and if you do software development by yourself, or if you have software development in your own company, then this may ring immediately a bell with you and remind you on your own processes. There's a code freeze state. So let's say 1919, the release update got released on about 19th of April, I think, this year. That doesn't mean that when you found the critical issues on the 12th of April this year, that we can include it into release update, because the code freeze for release update is 6 to 12 weeks before the actual release update release. So when you map this back for 1919, that means the code freeze was sometimes maybe between 1st of March or even earlier than that. So if you hit that issue on 12th of March, and it's really critical, and we all agree, then it's still most likely not making it into 1919. But please, if you're in doubt, check with Oracle support. Open NSR and ask support, this is my bug number I've been given. Can you tell me in which release update that will be included? And then support with 2 clicks can look it up and tell you it will be included, it's already approved. We have a system where you can monitor that. Or if support says it's not approved yet, then at least you know it's still in doubt. It's not decided if it will be in a future release update. Then you can see what you do, an escalation, or talk to your rep, or whatever is possible. But we have a code freeze state, so we can't include things on a final minute because we have to complete the regression tests.